Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, November 7th, 2014, with what I hope is another enjoyable, informative eBay video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joe DeMarco. I've been an eBay seller since 1999. I'm a top-rated seller, 100% feedback, and each week we try and get together and talk about what's happening on eBay, the pros and the cons, and we try and help each other with problems that we're encountering on the site or in some other mannerism. So today we're going to talk about the following topics, eBay related. We're going to talk about a webinar that they showed on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the eBay glitches that seem to be quite common. We're going to talk about auctions versus fixed price, a little more about holiday returns, how to contact me, and eBay protecting our seller account. Now, let's get started. First of all, let's talk about contacting me. I would prefer if you guys would either contact me through YouTube, which is very easy to do, or if you'd like to email me directly, you can contact me at crazeenydriver@AOL.com, spelled the same way as the name on this channel. Now, some of you guys have been contacting me through eBay, and in a way it's bad, in a way it's good. It's jamming up my mailbox on eBay, which is bad. But it's good because I know you're a straight shooter and a seller. So basically the easiest thing for you to do, the way I'd like it the best, is if you want to contact me, you email me at crazeenydriver@AOL.com and just introduce yourself and say, "Hi Joe, my name is John. My eBay selling account is blah blah blah," and I could check you that way. Or I guess you could the first time contact me through eBay, and each time hence then just email me, okay? But yes, I do answer every single personal message I get. Sometimes I'm a day or two late, like this week I had a lot going on. I just answered a few, and I got a few more to do, and I'll be caught up. So hopefully that's been helpful. All right. How many of you guys got an email in your eBay messages this week from eBay saying that they had protected your seller account? Do you think that the numbers seemed unusually high? I'm going to show you mine right now. I want you to see this. First I'll read it to you. It says, "They have removed 2 transaction defects from my seller account and upgraded 227 of my detailed seller ratings to 5 stars. So you can see that for yourself right there. A lot of you guys have been sharing your statistics with me, and they seem unusually high. I mean, why? The reason why I'm questioning it is there's a button that says go to seller dashboard. Well, let's do that right now. And I'll show you mine, and then you can talk about yours. All right, you can clearly see, let me hold this up. I'm a top-rated seller. My defects are 0.62%, and I have 97.50 of my transactions with the tracking uploaded in time. Take a look. Okay? So, my point is, this hasn't changed since we last spoke. This is exactly the way my DSRs looked last week. Okay? My seller dashboard looked this way last week. So I really don't see any change. But it would be really nice if eBay was taking a proactive approach in helping our accounts. All right? Next, let's talk about the webinar that was shown on Wednesday. A few of you guys have written into me, and I gotta be honest, I've talked to several people, and every single person I talked to gave it a thumbs down. This was a different type webinar than eBay usually puts out. What they usually put out is a basic tutorial about how certain features are working and tips to keep your seller account in good standing. There's a lady that usually runs them. I believe her name is Mary Windishire or something like that, very close. And she usually has Jonathan Haney as a guest. But this time, it was Griff and a lady, the Queen of Auctions, that's her nickname. I believe her name was Linda. And it was a bit of a different format. And myself and a few friends of mine wrote questions in. I believe Thomas wrote a question in. I know Kathy wrote a question in. And as I said, I wrote one in. And none of us got our questions addressed. And you know, that happens. Maybe they were short on time or something. You know, you never know. But they seem to be covering a lot of softer issues, if I may use that term. And I don't really want to cast a negative light. I don't want to be negative when I can be. But I know a lot of you guys did not like the webinar and you were really disappointed. And that's your privilege. And you know, to be honest, I prefer the other type myself, where they handle the hard issues and they have Jonathan Haney, and sometimes they have somebody from customer service on, okay, or sometimes even from trust and safety. I mean, that's a real meaty webinar, and I like them myself. And I hope that eBay puts one out in the next week or two. But as I said, the one that they just showed was about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And in my opinion, guys, my humble opinion, those are two overrated days. Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I can't stand either one of them. Well, actually, Cyber Monday I don't have a problem with. But Black Friday was always a downer. I've always been in retail, and you see these people standing outside at 4 o'clock in the morning to save $50 on a TV. Who? Would any of you guys stand out at 4 o'clock in the morning to save money on a TV? I certainly wouldn't. Oh no, absolutely not. I have never behaved in such a manner, and nor would I. In fact, if they made an announcement that stated they were giving free TVs to the first 1,000 people that arrived, I still don't think I'd be out there at 4 o'clock in the morning. I really don't think I would do it, and I mean that. All right? Also, another small trivial point I'd like to put out, not really involving eBay, but do you ever notice how some companies really try and milk holidays? I mean, really, really badly. I listen to the radio a lot when I'm driving the car, and there's one company, in my opinion, that exploits every holiday more than any other company, and that company is Sleepy's Mattresses. Oh my God! Consistently. Back in the old days, they would say they were having a Veterans Day sale. Well, I heard a commercial this morning for a pre-Veterans Day sale. That will run till Veterans Day. Then they'll do the Veterans Day sale. Then they'll do the post-Veterans Day sale and the leftover post-Veterans Day sale. And Sleepy's does that with every single holiday, bar none. I challenge you guys, every one of you, to turn your radio on anytime there's a holiday near, and you'll hear nothing but commercials from Sleepy's. The pre-holiday, the holiday, and the post-holiday. It's crazy. But here I am going off on a tangent. I know you want to hear some eBay stuff. Let's talk about glitches. Last week I talked about the out-of-stock option and how I was not able to partake of it, and I'm still not able to. And I've done an exhaustive search to find out how many of you guys and friends of mine from Facebook are also not able to, and only a handful. Myself, Thomas, and a couple of other people. And Thomas even wrote in. He wrote to me and he said that he was willing to make a spreadsheet and help me and help himself and help anybody that needs his help, which is nice. But I don't think, with all due respect, we should have to do that. And I'm not doing it. Period. Period. If everybody else can avail themselves of a simple eBay app, I don't see why anybody else should have to stand on their head and do cartwheels to get the same benefit. I think it's just plain wrong. I'm not doing it. All right? Now maybe they're going to roll the app out in stages, and we'll see how it goes. But I still do not have the out-of-stock option, and I'm not able to opt into it, and I think it's sad. I'd like to have that option, because a lot of times I do run out of stock on items, and I forget to populate my listings. Quite a few people wrote in about holiday returns last week. As you know, you do not have to offer 3-month holiday returns to keep your top-rated seller status and your 20% discount. However, if you do opt in, as I have and some of you, eBay will give you an extra 5%. But some people wrote in and said mathematically, instead of it coming out to 25% total savings, it comes out to 24% total savings. And I say, be that as it may, I still want the 24% savings. It seems to me that we're a little bit more divided on this issue. It seems as though I would say 2/3 of you guys are not opting in to the extended holiday returns, and 1/3 are. And Griff made a mention of it the other day on the webinar, and he said a very small percentage was opting in until they relaxed it. Now, I'm not saying any more people have opted in since then, but up to that point, he said it was a very low percentage of sellers that opted in for extended holiday returns. An interesting PM was sent to me the other day. Somebody wrote in about auctions as opposed to fixed price listings. As you know, I sell only fixed price. So somebody wrote in with something kind of interesting. They said, Joe, we notice you talk solely or predominantly about fixed price listings as opposed to auctions. And they stated that they sell only an auction format, have been having some problems, and they want to know if I would discuss it. So my first question, guys, could you give me an idea how many of you people sell an auction format versus fixed price? Because if a lot of people are still with the auctions, I'll start touching on that more in the near future. But I've always been under the impression a good amount of you guys are in the fixed price listings, as I am. Now, when I first started with eBay years ago, I was, of course, an auction seller. And I got a ton of deadbeats. Just tons and tons of them. Okay? For various reasons. Sometimes because I didn't take PayPal back in the day, or sometimes people were just deadbeats. Then I switched over maybe around 2008, I think, to fixed price, without immediate payment required because I didn't take PayPal back then. And I was still getting tons of deadbeats. Didn't change. The only thing that's going to stop the deadbeats is requiring immediate payment. That's a fact. And you can't do it in auctions. I wish eBay would devise a way that the winner of an auction would immediately have that amount taken out of his PayPal account. Immediate payment, right? I mean, it's working for me with the fixed price listings. Fixed price, immediate payment, I never have a deadbeat. It's physically impossible. However, with auctions, it is not. You guys are going to get a lot of deadbeats. And I think you are. But I will tell you this, if eBay ever thinks of a way or devises a way that people who win a specific auction will have to actually pay immediately, either, immediate debit from their PayPal account, that would be great. I would actually try listing in the auction format again. I would. I'm not opposed to that, but I will not be stung by any more deadbeats. All right? One last thing. Thanks for watching my video once again. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Tell me what you want to hear for next week. I mentioned about auctions versus fixed price. I'm a big fixed price lover, but if you guys want to go back to more about auctions, let me know about it. I've had a lot of people complain about the fact that eBay took away the ability to relist items 3 times in a row. To me, it's a non-issue because I don't do auctions, but I do realize some of you do. So hit me up with some ideas of what you want to talk about next week. Whether it's fixed price, auctions, any of the topics I've talked about, and weigh in with whatever you want to say, okay? That's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next Friday right here on the Crazy New York Driver Show.